Greetings, Grandfather. How can we make the world a better place, eh? Down through the annals of time, there have been many different pursuits, sometimes to create this society, sometimes to create that society. Some peoples have tried to hide away and create their own special world. Sometimes this worked for a while, but generally not permanently. The way the society will be created that will do the greatest good for the greatest number will be to include everyone. That is absolutely essential. And it won't be created by some authoritarian regime, right? Authority and regimen is not the way, though it may seem to be that way. If you take even a casual look at history, it is all about wars and struggle and innocents being harmed, hurt, or killed. And was a benevolent world created as a result? No. The whole point now that I want you to be very clear about is that we are on a path to create right here, right now, in this world, a benevolent world for all peoples and all beings on the planet. No one will be left out. Partly the reason no one will be left out is so there will be no struggles and no conflicts, okay. But ultimately, the reason no one will be left out is that we are all going to do this cooperatively by expressing our souls and greater spirits, each and every one of us, as equals. You might find it hard to believe that someone down the street whom you might have trouble with, or someone on the other side of the world whom you might not like, is in their essence a soul and a spirit. And beyond this planet, you get along with them just fine, and they like you just fine, and there is never any conflict. So you don't actually have to learn anything new. But you do on this planet where we have polarity, and that's such a challenge, isn't it? Where there is discomfort on a regular basis, another terrible challenge. Where there is pain and suffering, yes, but where there is also joy and happiness, yes. On this planet, which is not a nursery school, on this planet, where you have all, each and every one of you, qualified as a spirit and as a soul to come here and to have a life here now at this time. And how have you qualified? You have, each and every one of you, achieved some level in any one of your lives that you've had elsewhere, or even on this planet in the past. Some level of spiritual mastery. That's why you're here. Creator is not allowing anybody to be on this planet and has not allowed anyone to be on this planet for the past 300 years who has not achieved some level of spiritual mastery. Now, when you think about your life, you don't always think that you are somewhere in some life, at least partially, if not totally, a spiritual master in some study or way of being. But you are that. So, you're not going to have to strain too hard to get along with somebody you never thought you could get along with. But you are going to have to recognize the heart and soul in them as an acknowledgement mentally, as an awareness spiritually, and ultimately in your heart, where your primary organ, your heart, knows that you have known this person, this being before in some life. You're not going to get there with war. You're not going to get there with struggle. You're going to get to a benevolent world where everyone will live benevolently by recognizing the heart and soul in others. You can do this. I'll have more to say about this in time, but now I'm simply saying that you can recognize this. So be alert. Glance in people's eyes at times, even if you don't feel that it's all right to look at them in the eye. If it's all right to look at them, okay. Try to train yourself, though, to create a look in your own eyes that is benevolent. Practice in front of the mirror. If you're going to look at somebody in the eyes, practice so that your eyes look benevolent. You understand? It means kind and or gentle. That way people will not be put off, even if you glance at them. You might recognize someone that you don't know and have never met simply by a glance in their eyes to you. You can do this. I'll say more about this another time. But for now, I just want to let you know, you are all spiritual masters in some other life. You can do these things here, and you can create a benevolent world for all beings here, now, where everyone can live. It is not impossible. You are here because you qualified to be here, or Creator would not have allowed you to incarnate at this time. Good life.